Hello, I'm Terisa Riley, the Chancellor of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our first generation college student celebration at UAFS. I was asked to join you not simply because I'm the Chancellor of the institution, but also because I'm a first generation college student myself. And I love to tell my story about getting through college and, frankly, getting to where I am today to be the first female chancellor of this great institution. There are a lot of firsts in your life, and being a first generation college student is something to be proud of. It does mean that you did not have parents who went to college. And truly, it does mean that your path is a bit harder. We know that college is full of very challenging materials and coursework, but ultimately, it's also full of challenging bureaucracy. We have a language all of our own, just like most disciplines do, only ours is full of things like FAFSA. I know when I was in high school that I was destined to go to college, even though my parents had not, even though we didn't have any college savings. I knew that if I wanted to go into education, which obviously I've had an opportunity to do, that I had to have a college degree. I was lucky to have mentors and people around me at my high school who encouraged college attendance and degree attainment. I didn't necessarily have that in my personal life, but having it at school really helped. They helped me to complete some scholarship applications. And I remember the difficulty in getting my dad to share his financial information with me, just so I could complete my very first FAFSA. But fast forward, I applied, I was admitted, and I secured some financial aid for college. Unfortunately, I did not receive a Pell Grant or any other grant aid. I had to begin working almost immediately in order to pay my bills. I suddenly found myself working 3 different jobs and trying to juggle all of that along with taking a full course load, 15 hours at least every semester. It was very challenging, and at one point I ended up having to change my major and transfer to another school. Although I did so in my junior year, I almost had to drop out of college. I just couldn't find a way to make my income and the bills work. I remember talking to my roommate who encouraged me to go to see the RA, the resident assistant on my floor, encouraged me to ask for help. It's not easy to do. For me, it was not easy. So I went to the RA and asked, did she know any way that I could stay in college, or else I would have to pack up my things and go home? It is such a blessing that on that day, that young woman, she'll never know it, she changed my life and my trajectory forever. She said, have you ever thought about being an RA? I had not, of course, and I applied for the position and I got it. So I gave up one of my off-campus jobs, took on being an RA because it meant that my room and board were paid for. Like most college students, I struggled with food insecurity, but not anymore. And so that job changed my life. That's when I learned that I could study and work in higher education. I completed my degree because I had people who believed in me, I had people who encouraged me, and I had people who just opened doors to new opportunities I would never have had if I wasn't in college. My best advice to college students who are first generation college students: ask for help. When things get difficult, when you don't know where to turn, and you certainly don't know even sometimes which questions to ask, or you believe there aren't any answers, there are always answers. And there are always people who literally would do almost anything to help you. I'm one of them. Frankly, that's why I pursued a master's degree and a PhD in higher education administration, so that I could take barriers down for students just like me, students who were struggling, students who frankly didn't know how they were going to make ends meet. What a joy and a privilege it is to be your chancellor, to help you to do those things for yourself and to do them for all of the lions around me every single day. We know that higher education is difficult for you. It should be challenging, but also supportive. And that's really what environment we want to create here for you. I'm so glad that when you were considering higher education, that you went for it. That already shows me so much about your tenacity and your spirit, but that you chose to come here. The faculty and the staff here bend over backwards for our students. We truly do. Every student is a person, a name, a story, experiences. That they bring all of their background and their family with them in their behaviors and their choices and their words. Every faculty member and staff member does the same. They want your success almost as much as you do. And we want to be there to celebrate with you when you earn the credential that you are working so hard to attain at the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. So I want to tell you, I'm proud of you. No matter how far you are in your journey, if this is your first semester, we're glad you're here. If this is your last semester, congratulations, and you've made it. If you're anywhere in between, ask questions, seek out help, get real world experience through internships or work. And ultimately, take time to celebrate you. You are going to be the role model for your family, and college will not only change your livelihood and that you'll make more money, but it will change your life forever and for all the people who come after you. It's a wonderful investment that you're making in yourself. Celebrate you. I know I do. Thank you so much. And again, have a wonderful day celebrating first generation college students.